Hi and welcome fans of online tennis instruction. I'm super excited that you're here. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Ian Westerman. I'm the founder here at EssentialTennis.com, and today I've got a special treat for you. Florian has asked me to show you some exclusive content that we recently shot with a world-class fitness and conditioning coach who also happens to love tennis, because fitness is one of the ways that amateur players completely overlook when it comes to upgrading their performance on the court. So we're going to hear from Steve in just a second. He's going to talk to us about the biggest mistakes that tennis players make when it comes to trying to upgrade their fitness. And then in just a minute or two, we're going to show you a complete workout that you can do in your home today or tonight with no equipment needed to help improve your tennis-specific speed, strength, quickness, and endurance and agility as well. So stay tuned for that. For now, here's Steve. So I'm sure over the years you've seen a lot of mistakes from tennis players trying to get into better shape to help their tennis. What are some of those top mistakes?
Yeah, some of the top ones I see is kind of, they're both related, just kind of non-directional, uninformed effort towards maybe increasing cardiovascular performance, say people that are just jogging or running, not really, they don't have a plan. Other ones would be, I guess, like undirected stretching, or just simply trying to stretch for some unknown reason, because we all think we need to stretch.
Stretches.
Yeah. Instead of,
throwing a couple of these. And
yeah, I mean, instead of taking into account, like, what do I specifically need as a tennis player? I need lots of shoulder mobility. I need really good hip mobility and range of motion. I need to make sure my knees are tracking in the right direction and that I'm strong. So I would say those are the main two. The jogging for fitness is always kind of a pet peeve. If you jog,
talk to me a little bit about that one, because I think there's a lot of people out there who love long form cardio. And I think there's a little bit of, I think we need to be clear. Like, is there anything wrong with long form cardio in and of itself? Or is it just like the tennis application just doesn't really make sense?
Yeah, it's got a place. It's useful. Walking, is useful. Long steady state jogging is a useful piece of the puzzle. But, during tennis, the points generally last, 20 to 40 seconds on average. 45 seconds is a long point. And it's a intense burst of speed, and if you're not practicing that kind of thing, if you're just going low and slow, it has some efficacy in your overall fitness picture, but it's not going to address exactly what you need to perform better on court.
All right, now let's dive right into that workout I promised you. You can do this right now or later tonight when you get home in your living room. You don't need any special equipment at all, and it's been specially designed by Steve and the rest of the team here at Essential Tennis to target your tennis-specific strength, speed, endurance, and agility. And so here it is. All you need is 14 minutes of time. You can do it, and it's going to tremendously help your tennis game if you do it on a regular basis. We're going to be doing a lot of movement drills here, some lateral movement, some forward and back movement, some leg strength and stability. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. We're doing 3 different movements, and these are all going to be 30 seconds of work followed by 20 seconds of rest. And then after 5 sets, we'll do 1 minute of rest before the next movement. So if you're ready to follow along at home, are you ready, Megan?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, we're starting off with 30 seconds of squat jumps in 3, 2, 1, go. So, a couple things on the squat jumps here. There's multiple ways that you can vary the intensity or the difficulty. Way number 1 is the depth of the squat. A full squat generally is defined as the upper leg reaching parallel to the ground, or the hips reaching even to the knees. And so, if you're not quite sure about your ability to make your way through this, 3 seconds, Megan, 2, 1, 20 seconds rest. If you're not sure about making it all the way down, that's totally fine. You can just do like a half squat and go halfway down and then jump up. That's one way that you can modify this. 10 seconds of rest left, Megan. The second way you can modify is how intensely you push up. And so if you want to go full out, all intensity, 1 second, and back on for 30 seconds. If you want to go all out, then you could do a full depth squat and then jump as high as you can and try to get as much altitude as possible. If you want to modify it in both ways, then you could kind of do a half squat. Just make sure that you hinge your hips back. You're not pushing your knees forwards. Hinge back, go halfway down, and then just kind of do a little hop upwards. You need to decide kind of what's best for you. Of course, 3 seconds, Megan. 1, rest number 2 coming. You need to decide what's best for you, but of course, we're always going to encourage you to push yourself, step outside your comfort zone, because that's how you're going to expand as a player and become better on the court, more stable, more solid, be able to recover faster, etc., etc. 1 second, and back on, 30 seconds. All right, this is set number 3. By now, you'll definitely be feeling this in your hamstrings, maybe your glutes. Make sure that as you go down for these squats, that your weight is evenly distributed on your feet. A lot of tennis players tend to really be up on their toes, and you absolutely don't want to have your weight on your toes as you kind of bend down and squat down. Make sure you're rocking back into your heels, and as you squat down, your weight is even across the bottom of your foot. Recover.
Oh, don't worry, I saw.
So that was set number 3, right? This rest period number 3. We got 2 more after this. You don't want to overdevelop your quads. You want to make sure that you do work your hamstrings, you do work your glutes. Those are really important. Ready, Megan? 1, and set number 4. It's really important you develop the back side of your legs and your glutes, because that's really the power source to drive off your back foot and push off and make that first drop step forwards. Good job, Megan. As Megan goes down, we got 5 seconds. If I was coaching her, I see her heels actually kind of creeping up just a little bit as she goes down into that squat. Rest right now. This is rest number 4. We've got just 1 more. So make sure as you go down in that squat, things are really evenly balanced across the bottom of your feet. 5 seconds, and we got our last set here. Last one, Megan. You're doing great. Keep up the good work, everybody. And so this is where we really get into breaking down those muscle tissues, regaining strength, gaining endurance, your ability to be explosive on the courts, points after points after points after points. You'll definitely be feeling this tomorrow, especially if you haven't done a lot of lower body strength exercise. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2 more reps. 1 more. All right, 1 minute rest. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. The next movement we'll be doing is focused on lateral movement, and then we'll wrap up with some forward and backward movement. And so this lateral movement exercise, we've got 2 cones here. I would say they're probably about 3 feet apart or so, probably about a full kind of stride apart. And Megan's gonna start to the outside of one of them, and she's gonna work her way around the cones to the outside in a figure-8 pattern. And so her goal here is to keep her toes pointed forwards as she moves around the outside and through these cones. What she wouldn't want to do is point her toes and turn her hips and go around. Instead, we're training lateral movement here, which is critical for tennis players. All right, I think we're about set. How you feeling, Megan? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So 30 seconds on. Our goal ultimately is to be as fast and efficient as possible through these cones. Of course, as with the jump squats, you can absolutely feel free to modify your intensity if you're having a hard time working your way through here. Got 10 seconds on the first one. I did a lot of this in college, and we would actually 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. All right, 20 seconds to rest. We would add with this some forward and backward sprints along with the lateral movements. We'll be doing a little bit of forward and backward movement after this, but in a little bit different way. 10 seconds of recovery left. And so now, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. So this is very contrasting to what Megan was doing before. Before, she was going down, coming up, working the explosive muscles in her hamstrings and her glutes.
Thank you.
And she was focusing on staying nice and balanced with her weight across the bottoms of her feet. Now she's really predominantly up on her toes. And so, 10 seconds, Megan. totally different muscles being worked here, although I promise you she'll feel this in her glutes and hamstrings as well. 2 seconds, 1 second, 20 seconds to rest. Good job. Calves are gonna be a lot more involved here as she stays up on her toes and she moves around these cones. And so very different muscles being worked. Definitely still very taxing on the cardiovascular system too. 5 seconds. Coming up on set number 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds back on. So as we reach the halfway point here with the figure eights, this is when it definitely will probably start to get a little bit taxing, to be kind of the middle of second set, deep into a long point. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job.
Your calves feel like they're gonna fall off. It's okay. I'm there with you.
We can all empathize. 10 seconds of rest. 3, 2, 1, and go. This is the third set, right?
Yeah, hilarious.
20 seconds. I'm actually not sure.
No,
Anybody
it's
else
the
counting? Okay. Our counter is off then. 10 seconds. Good job, Megan. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds to rest. All right, one more. Good job. As she goes through the next set, I want you guys to watch how her hips are staying parallel to the baseline. And that's what keeps her feet tracking forwards as opposed to pivoting and turning one way or the other. 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Last set. And really where this footwork pattern can be used the most is moving across the baseline, especially recovery after you hit your shots. You're really not gonna use lateral steps on the way to shots, but after hitting, this is how you're gonna be recovering and making your way back towards the middle. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. 20 seconds rest. I see, it counts the rest cycle in there, so yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was off by 1.
Yeah.
All right, just relax, just relax. I'll get it for you.
I get it.
All right, we're moving these a little bit further apart. Now these are about 6 feet apart or so. We've increased the distance in between them. And what Megan's gonna be doing now is starting out probably about 3 strides or so away from the cones, right in the center of them. And she's gonna alternate going from cone to cone. And she's gonna make her way to each cone and basically make a lunge, kind of like a low volley movement, touch the cone, and then recover back to her starting position. And then move out to the other cone, lunge, touch, and then move back again. So this is very much gonna be forward and backward movement, giving herself probably about the same, a little bit more distance, probably 8 feet, 10 feet away from the cones, and going back and forth into a forehand lunge and a backhand lunge and just touching the tops of the cones. How you feeling?
Legs are burning a little bit. Good.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, 5 sets here, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. 3, 2, 1, go. Starting with the forehand cone, touch and back, and then the backhand cone. So she's alternating which leg is leading. On her forehand side, she's leading forwards with her left foot. On her backhand side, she's leading forwards with her right foot. And you should use the same mechanics that we've talked about all throughout this program when going down into that lunge. I'll talk about those on the next set. We got 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest, 20 seconds. It's really important that as you lunge forwards, your knee does not go past the front of your toes. In fact, if you can do whatever you can to keep your shin perpendicular to the court, your knee over your ankle, that would be best. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set number 2. And so this is the perfect time to really ingrain really solid, fundamentally strong positions and patterns. And this will carry over to your tennis game, especially if you're an aggressive net player, if you're a doubles player. We got 10 seconds left here. practicing going back and forth and getting into these positions not only is going to strengthen your body, but it's going to strengthen the movement patterns that you have to get into a fundamentally sound position. Rest. 20 seconds to rest. That was number 2. How are your legs feeling?
They're burning a little bit.
It should be nice and spicy by now.
Yeah.
3 seconds, 2, 1. Set number 3, go. So between the squat jumps, the lateral movements, and now these lunge touches of the cone, we're really touching on just about every part of movement and leg strength and stability possible here. A lot of different agility and movement in different directions. 10 seconds. Over halfway through now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, set number 3 is done. Just 2 more. Almost done, almost done. These are the toughest reps, and these are the ones that count the most. Not just for your body, but also for your mind, for your mental toughness and your mental strength. 2, 1, go. Set number 4. It's what you do in adversity that really counts when you're out there on the court and everybody's keeping track of score. Use this time to really push through and test yourself. 10 seconds. Then we got just one more set. 5 seconds. 2, 1, 20 seconds rest. Good job, one more set, one more set. Last one. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, finish strong, last one. Notice how Megan's on her toes as she goes back all the way. She's not putting her heels down on the ground. She's doing a nice job getting down into that low lunge for each of the touches. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Good job. Nice work, everybody. These 3 back to back to back, definitely challenging, definitely tough. It'll definitely get you in better shape and help you move in all kind of different ways around the court. Great job today. All right, thanks for watching today. I hope you really enjoyed this first video. There's gonna be another video coming out soon with an additional workout. And when you combine the workout that you saw in today's video with the workout you're gonna see in video number 2, you're gonna have honestly most of what you need to just get started and actually get yourself moving and developing as an athlete and developing as a player to get the stamina, the strength, the quickness, and the speed that you need to outlast your opponents, play better tennis, and win more matches. In the meantime, if you have any questions about anything that you saw in today's video, anything about what Steve and I talked about or the workouts, you can go ahead and leave any comments or questions right down below. Thank you for watching. I'm super pumped to bring this exclusive content to fans of online tennis instruction. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.